Hello YouTube, and welcome to my forest. I'm by a fire today. I don't know if you can see anything other than the smoke, but there's a small fire here, and yeah, I'm out in the forest today. I thought you guys needed to see something else, something other than my backyard and my firewood. And I'm not really sure how this video is going to end, because coming here I saw a couple of and now I can't remember the name in English. It's not a deer, it's an animal that's smaller than a deer, but it looks like a small deer. Anyway, I saw 3 or 4 of them, and I just saw their white behinds, and after that I was trying to sneak up on them with the camera, but I never got any close enough to get any good pictures. But if there's anything good in the camera from that, I'll just put it in the end of the video. And if there's nothing there, it wasn't any good. Today I'm smoking St. Bruno that Grandpa Cavendish kindly sent to me. And he sent quite a lot, so I've been smoking, I think this is my 4th bowl of it. And it wasn't bad the first time. It was okay, but it's growing on me. It's actually quite good. And as usual, I can't put my finger on what it is in the tobacco I like, so I'm not going to bother trying. Just tastes fine to me, and that's it. In my last video I talked about me liking underdogs and stories where people or underdogs beat the government and get away with it. Yesterday I saw a documentary that reminded me a bit about that, but it didn't have the happy ending that I like. It was a documentary about a man called Popcorn Sutton, and he was a moonshiner in I think North Carolina and Tennessee. And the film, I found it on YouTube. It popped up on the side there for some reason, and it's called I think "This Will Be the Last Damn Run of Liquor I Ever Make." And it shows him from the very beginning to the very end making moonshine. It starts out with him choosing the right spot, and in the end he delivers the stuff. And the film was really good, and the man Popcorn Sutton seemed to be one hell of a character. He I don't know, if I say hillbilly, but in a positive way, that's the best way I can describe him. And when I grow old, I wouldn't mind becoming like a bit like him. I've known people that were a bit like him. Mr. Good in Ireland that I've mentioned before. And when I was a kid, my parents are from Finland, from the Swedish-speaking parts of Finland, the archipelago outside Turku in the southern part of Finland. And they came here in the 60s to get work, and they stayed. When I was born, I was actually a Finnish citizen, so I've changed my citizenship. So every summer till I was 15, I spent in Finland on an island, a big island, but we still spent quite a lot of time out fishing. And there was a neighbor there who was quite a lot like Popcorn Sutton. He used to be a sailor, and then he worked on a steel mill, and now he was a part-time fisherman and had a pension from the government, a veteran pension. He fought in the Second World War, both Finland's wars against the Soviet Union. And I spent some time with him, and he was truly a character. He told me when he was out sailing, he was in South America somewhere, and he was out partying and got drunk and missed getting back to the boat in time, so it left without him. So he had to stay there until he got work on another ship. And in the meantime, he worked as a doorman at a brothel. And if you're 14, 15, that's quite exciting. That's an exciting story to hear. I won't go into details, but there was more. And I started spending time with him early. I spent the winter with him when I was not with him, with my grandparents in Finland when I was 6 or 7. And I know there's a photo of me out hunting with him. I'm standing holding his huge shotgun. So yeah, and I suppose there still are characters like that around, but I don't know them anymore. All the ones I knew are dead. Sorry. And both the man in Finland, Popcorn Sutton from the film yesterday, and Mr. Good in Ireland, I would say they had a healthy disrespect of the law. Of course they obeyed the law in most instances, but they also cut corners and bent it their way, but not in a way that it harmed someone else. They benefited from it, or it made their life easier, but it didn't harm anyone. And yeah, I think that's That's a healthy sign, behaving like that. You have to think for yourself, and of course there's a law and we live by it in most cases. But sometimes the law of society is big square and we're a round peg trying to get through and won't fit. And then I think it's okay to take some liberties. And all the persons I mentioned, the three of them, were people who really cherished their freedom, their independence. And when it came to Popcorn Sutton, that had resulted in a tragic ending. He was, I think, 62 and got caught moonshining, selling illegal liquor, and was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. And he tried to get it converted into house arrest, but the judge wouldn't hear of it. And Popcorn apparently couldn't stand getting into jail, so a few days before he actually committed suicide. And I sort of understand him. He going into prison was violating his whole nature as a human being. He was a mountain man, always lived with great freedom, and I understand that he couldn't take the thought of being locked up. That was a bit of a spoiler, but he lives through the whole documentary that ends a couple of years before he dies. So I don't know how long I've rambled, but it feels like I've been going on for a while. So I'll stop here. Thanks for watching. Take care. Hope to see you again. Bye.